So ever since I moved to the UK, when people find out that I'm a Canadian nurse, the first question I get asked is, why did you move to the UK? Especially when healthcare in Canada is good, especially when pay in Canada as a nurse is good. Well guys, I found something that the UK beats Canada in regards to healthcare, in regards to nursing. So guys, if you want to know what this is, please stay tuned and watch the rest of this video because I've got another comparison video for you here. And I know you guys love these comparison videos. So let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is nursenyamouch and I'm an overseas nurse working here and living in the UK. And on my channel, I talk about all things lifestyle, nursing. So guys, today I've got a comparison video, another one. I know you love these. So today we're going to be comparing nursing benefits between Canada and the UK. And of course I do Canada because you know I'm from Canada, and the UK because I'm here. The Canadian healthcare system as well as the UK healthcare system are fairly similar to each other in that, you know, they are both publicly funded, and for somebody to go to a hospital or to go and get some kind of primary care, most times it is covered and free. However, there are certain things that aren't covered or certain things that aren't free. So, and that's where these differences we can see within the UK and Canada. Here in the UK, benefits look a little bit different. So of course in Canada, we think more dental, we think more vision, we think more health insurance, or we think more health packages and stuff like that. And from my research, I couldn't find too much in relations to that in the UK and stuff like that. So benefits here in the UK look more of your maternity pay or your annual leave pay, or which is your paid leave, or just kind of like, you know, discounts to shops or discounts to certain things. That's what more benefits look like. So in Canada, from my understanding, benefits are not easily just thrown to you or are not easily given to every single person. Essentially, the people that are granted these benefits or that are entitled to a lot of these benefits would be people who are working full-time positions, which is why you find that a lot of people within the healthcare system, or a lot of people just strive to get full-time jobs because they know working a full-time job comes with these benefits. So in nursing, when you're working a full-time position, again, let me know if I'm wrong, maybe part-timers are entitled to it to a certain extent, but I know for sure that most times it is towards the full-timers. So when you are in Canada, and when you're living in Canada, the benefits that you would be entitled to would be your paid pension or a contribution towards the pension pot and stuff like that. Dental coverage, because in Canada dental is not, dental is privatized. Same here in the UK, so at least in Canada you would get some kind of dental coverage through your work. Vision as well, we know eyewear, you know, getting glasses, getting tested and stuff like that, those are not covered, those are not covered within your normal healthcare package. So these are some things that you would have to pay additional fees for. So with you working full-time hours, that's another benefit that you could get. And then doing a little bit more research, it says life insurance is something that some people can be entitled to and get. I'm not too sure if it's everybody across the board or if you can opt in or out of it. Annual leave, of course, biggest thing. So I asked a friend of mine about this just because obviously I wasn't too sure. I haven't worked as a nurse full-time to be able to be entitled to all these. So when I asked my friends who's working full-time in Canada, she told me that annual leave is only 3 weeks per year that you get, and you have to work a certain amount of years. So for your first 3 years, you get 3 weeks, and then after that, you would get 5 weeks after you've worked 11 years. Only 5 weeks after 11 years of work, 6 weeks after you've worked 20 years in nursing. That is insane. Also, when it comes to taking leave, I saw a little bit of this when I was training and stuff like that from the nurses that I was working with. But my friend also has just confirmed that annual leave is very difficult to also get. It's very much based on seniority. So basically, whoever is more senior and they put in for annual leave over a more junior staff, they might get it. And also, when it comes to annual leave, it has to be booked in very much far in advance. So you have to book it in. If you're thinking of annual leave and it's going to be somewhere in June, you best better be booking it in September early enough to try and get it in before, say, other people of more seniority get their leave in, essentially. So that was Canada's kind of, benefit system and stuff like that, and I find that insane. Let's switch things over a little bit to the UK. When it comes to benefits here in the UK, you don't get a lot of, when you work for the NHS, you don't get dental coverage. That's not something that's a part of it. So I did look up, and it says that you do get money towards your vision or eye test per year, and that's only £50 as well that you would get towards that. So a lot of the stuff, so if you want to do dental, if you need to get dental work done, or you need glasses or a vision test and stuff like that, those are things you would have to pay out of pocket, or unless you have private insurance for these things. I know for myself now, being pregnant, I am entitled to dental coverage. So now I need to then find an NHS dentist who will then be able to provide me this service. And again, this dental coverage is not the whole entire time. It's only for a limited amount of time. So stay tuned as I go and dive into those videos of what my maternity benefits will look like. So then, of course, we already put into the pension. The pension, I've heard here in the UK, is actually quite good in that, they also contribute a decent amount into your pension pot. Life insurance is also something that isn't really much talked about and stuff like that, or part of your benefits, and if anything, it's something that you have to pay on your own privately and such. Now let's get to the annual leave. Guys, when I say the UK beat Canada, the UK is so blessed. It is amazing when it comes to annual leave. So basically, essentially, you get about 5.6 weeks. From what I was Googling, it says 5.6 weeks annual leave, or it depends on your hours. So 270 hours of annual leave. And it's a lot of time, and it's absolutely amazing. And it's all paid for, and applying for it and getting it as well isn't very difficult. There's no seniority. There's no seniority based on when you can take your annual leave or when you can't take your annual leave. They are a little bit strict on, if too many people are going at once and you can't go. But there's 12 months in the year, and so there's lots of time to take this annual leave. And honestly, from what I've seen, from the 2 trusts I've seen, as long as the new rotation or the new rotor is not out, you can put in for annual leave. So right now, my new rotor is out until March. So I can put in for annual leave anytime, April, May, June, July, whatever it is that I think. But you don't have to do it months and months and months in advance. You just have to do a couple months in advance before the new rotation comes out. But it is 5 to 6 weeks depending on it. And it just continues to go up and up and up even more. For myself, it's amazing because I've taken 3 weeks already, sometime this year, of annual leave, sometimes scattered throughout the months. And then I've left a lot of my annual leave for March, so when I go and give birth, so that I can start my maternity leave early, and then I can start maternity early, and then it goes right into maternity leave. But I've got 4 weeks in March, and from February till March, to take on my annual leave. So I think that is the biggest thing that Canada is really missing out on, and giving us that time off and giving us that time to do things, which is what's amazing. So guys, those are the benefit differences that I've seen. By far, I would say the UK is killing it when it comes to this leave. And rightfully so, working conditions out here are horrid. They are terrifying. They are terrible, guys. I came home yesterday or the day before, and my pelvis just felt like it was going to drop. And again, as obviously I'm pregnant, but still, It's more like I was on my feet the whole entire day. I was busy, I was running around and stuff like that. So you know what? Maybe we do deserve the 7 weeks of annual leave. Maybe we do deserve this time and stuff like that. But no, it's great, and I wouldn't. That's the one thing that I do really appreciate for that. And they're very flexible and understanding, and there's no seniority about it. You know, it's whoever comes in, whoever applies it first, and that's really it. You know, as long as there's not too many people going out once and you're good to go. They're not going to give me, at least not that I think, you know, they're not going to say, oh, so-and-so's been working for 10 years over you, so you can't take annual leave at that time. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.